So we'll use a medium flame. Just add oxygen just till the orange disappears. We can increase the flame after we place the solder, but for now we'll just use this flame. If the orange comes up, we'll just adjust. It looks good now. We can burn this extra gunk off here. Not burn it off, but heat it up and wipe it off. You heat it red hot. You can just wipe all that stuff off. So now we're going to pick up a piece of medium solder and heat it up. Take your flame away, get it on the tip. I'm going to warm up the area, and then place my solder on the inside. Push it down to the bottom. I think I'll put 2 pieces of solder on each, and you could also pre-melt solder on this. You want to do it this different way. You just pre-melt on the rim. Just melt it. I'm going to add a little more flux on here. And then place it on here upside down. So that might be easier than putting the balls inside. It's up to you which way you want to do it. You know, make sure they're where you want them to be. Increase the gas. And then heat from underneath. Get that brass up to temperature. I know the brass turned copper color, but that can be sanded off later. It'll come back to the copper color. I mean brass color. The copper plate's in the pickle pot too. You can see the solder flowed on each one. So I'm finished. And then I will quench. And then pickle. So now we're just filing the tops of the copper tube flush. Before we roll it through the rolling mill. And the the brass plate has copper plated. So once we're done rolling it, we can remove the copper off that brass to bring it back to the brass color. So we're going to adjust our rolling mill space to accommodate this thickness, and as we pass it through a few times, we're going to keep making the opening smaller. So I'm going to open it a bit more, and we're also going to feed it through different directions each time we do a pass. So that just flattened it that much. So now I'm going to put it through this way. I'm going to decrease the opening a bit and then run it through a different direction. And that's how it looks now. So I'm going to close this a bit more. And then I'm going to run it through sideways again. Close it a bit more. feed it through the lengthwise. So it's pretty much flat. I'll do one more pass. Going sideways. So now I'm going to sand it. Now I'm going to take a fresh 280 grit sandpaper stick and I'm going to sand it till I get the brass showing nicely. If it's not totally flat, you can also use a mallet. Make sure it's totally flat. Keep sanding. So if you didn't want the circles to spread out so much, you could cut shorter tube sections before soldering them on.